Subscribe to ULO for all of your festival and weekend racing tips, with further coverage on our website at ulo.co.uk. Later in the week, be sure to check out our ULO Weekender podcast, where myself or Katie will be in Studio 11 with Barney to have a look at some of the big races coming up. Well, here we go. It's the flat season's curtain raiser at dear old Donny. I always try to be a little bit careful on the first couple of weeks of the new season. After all, you don't want too much month at the end of your money. But hey-ho, here we go. The Spring Mile handicap can go to pressures on for Ed Dunlop. He finished like a steam train 3 weeks back at Wolverhampton, and with our Havana in the stall next door, that's where the pace can come from. Later on, Bedouin Prince can score in a maiden stakes. We absolutely loved Bedouin Prince's sire, Gaiath, winner of the Juddmonte International in his stellar final season in 2020, and have every hope that Bedouin Prince will be just as good. He's a hot favourite to take this after just one start as a 2-year-old, and if he's just half the horse that Gaiath was, he'll be winning this. That's why the bookies aren't taking any chances, and I don't blame them. Rafe Beckett's Square Necker is an interesting debutante, but it's Bedouin Prince that floats my boat from Charlie Appleby's powerhouse yard. My Saturday nap is Marshman, lining up in the Camage. I had a bit of a focus on this race with Barney in the podcast this week, and it's Marshman that's getting my attention. He's been in great form on the all-weather, scoring at Newcastle and Lingfield, before just getting collared late on in a listed race by Clarendon House last time out. All said, that's pretty smart form to bring to this, while stablemate Spycatcher is next door in stall 3 to ensure there's plenty of pace out of the gate. Clive Cox's James's Delight ran a few blinders last term, including runner-up to Spycatcher in the Prix de Motree at Deauville, and Witness Stand can also get into the shake-up. Marshman to continue a fine run of form and take the Camage, with Spycatcher keeping him honest. Over in Ireland, there's a cracker in store at the Curragh, where Camille Pissarro should get upsides of British Raider Poetmaster in the Gladness. My reasoning is that there's not much between them, but can Poetmaster give Camille Pissarro £7, despite having won the Group 2 Minstrel over course and distance last year? I do get it that Poetmaster goes, well fresh, but Camille Pissarro gets a more favourable draw, inside of Poetmaster, so with Charles O'Brien's Big Gossie also likely to make a run across from his wide draw, Poetmaster could be squeezed for room. Ryan Moore prefers Camille Pissarro to stablemate Officer, and that's good enough for me. So, sorry Poetmaster, can't see you winning this. Opening things at Doncaster, and to get the season off to a winning start, I'm going to side with Richard Hannon's Norman's K for the Brocklesby. This Sioux Nation colt is sure to be a speedy type, and his trainer knows how to ready one for this 2-year-old sprint. Richard Hannon won this in 2022 with a smart Persian force, so David Egan is in the hot seat with a super draw in stall 8 to get over to the stand side rail. Alice Haynes also does well with her youngsters, so Sucking Diesel may be the one to chase Norman's K home. For the Doncaster Mile, I'm going to go for Roger Teal's Dancing Gemini. I just remember how close he got to Metropolitan in the French 2000 Guineas at Paris-Longchamp, and that was on his first run of the season. If Dancing Gemini gets anywhere close to that performance, he's going to be very hard to peg back, and he did win by a wide margin on this track in the Flying Scotsman Stakes as a 2-year-old, just adding to my case for Witch Hunter for Richard Hannon and Ed Bethel's Point Linus are either side of Dancing Gemini. So I think that's where all the pace is going to come from, while plenty of money has gone down on Carl Burke's Liberty Lane this week. And these 4 are the ones for me. Dancing Gemini to string them all out with a blazing run down the stand side rail. Just about the hardest job in the world on Saturday is picking one out of this lot for you lot in the Lincoln. Well, I got my pin out and it landed on Thunder Run. My eyes were closed, honestly. On the plus side, Thunder Run put in a good shift when 4th in the Balmoral on Champions Day at Ascot to wrap up last season. And that ground had plenty of cut in it. So with a great draw in stall 19, every chance he's going to be in the thick of it. Wathnan Racing line up a strong pair in Native Warrior and Midnight Gun. The choice of James Doyle. There's the winner of the Irish Lincolnshire, Orandi trying his luck, while David Menuisier has booked rising star Warren Fentiman to ride Toy Me Son. Thunder Run got the pin, so that's where my money is.